In this video, I'll give the Kart in Repo the ability to talk and move on its own, and by the end, I will make it into a mod so you can try it too.
Boy, you're about to get whooped. Never mind.
You see, I've been playing the game for some time now, and I noticed that the Kart has potential to be a player companion of sorts. But to achieve that, the Kart will need to be able to talk and move around. And so, the first thing we'll implement in this video is self-movement, giving the Kart the ability to follow the player around, deliver items to extraction on its own, and even taxi the player back to the ship after the last extraction. After that, we will give the Kart the ability to talk, which it will use to warn the players when enemies are nearby, let them know when they despawn, and even tell them which enemies are present in the level before they encounter them.
Headman nearby. Never mind, it was just your big ass forehead.
Let's start with the self-movement, in particular getting the Kart to follow the player around. Now, my initial code was very simple. Whenever I click a key, the Kart turns and moves in a straight line until it reaches my position. For now, this works great. But if I happen to be in another room, or there is an obstacle in the way, and I order the Kart to come to me again, it will just get stuck. To solve this, we will use the same thing enemies use to find their way around the map, which is pathfinding. So here is how we'll do this. Repo uses something called an nav-mesh for its pathfinding. Now, if you don't know what a nav-mesh is, you can think of it as an invisible carpet that's laid over the game map. You can see it here represented by the green color. You'll notice that it stretches across the walkable areas only and stops around obstacles and walls. To show how it works, I made this hole in the nav mesh. Now, this area is normally walkable as you can see here, but because I removed the nav mesh from it, the clown will think that it's an obstacle like these columns, and will not be able to walk on it. Let's test it. Wait. Now the cool thing about the nav mesh is that you can give it any 2 points and it will return the shortest path between them, as long as the 2 points are on the nav mesh of course. Here you can see that it generated a path between me and the Kart. So using this, whenever the Kart needs to go to a target, we will first generate a path between the Kart and the target using the nav mesh, and then make the Kart follow that path. This sounds simple enough, but it ended up being the most time-consuming part of the project. This is because it was a continuous struggle to fine-tune the Kart's movement to follow the path without getting stuck around tight corners, but also keep its movement gentle enough to not drop or break the items that are inside of it. Thankfully, after enough attempts, I was able to get it to a good state.
So all I have to do is press F and the Kart will come to me.
Yep. So now with the pathfinding algorithm working, it's time to move on to the next target, which is the extraction point. When the player orders it, the Kart will go to the active extraction. If none of the extractions are active, for example because the players finished the first extraction and didn't open the next one yet, the Kart will just go to the nearest uncompleted extraction and activate it for you. You will be able to order the Kart to either stand outside the point or go in it depending on which key you press. This takes us to the third and final target, which is the ship. The main use for this is for the players to hitch a ride back after the final extraction. As a bonus, I also added the ability for the player to remote control the Kart using the arrow keys. Not only does this mean you'll be able to control the Kart from afar, but you'll also be able to ride it and drive it around. Now some of you might be thinking, what if I have multiple Karts? Which one will follow my orders? And the answer is that it will always be the closest Kart to you. If the closest Kart is grabbed by a player, then the next Kart will come to you instead, and so on. So with this we're finally done with the self-movement part of the mod. Here are some clips of me using it to mess with unsuspecting players.
How's the Kart moving? Am I the only one that you see this? Why is the Kart moving? Why is the Kart moving? Am I tripping? Yo, Kart, come here. What the f?
the Okay, that's that's some magic shit right there. I don't know what's going on with that.
No, Kart. Hey, you get back here now, mister. You get back here now. You stop it. Hey, you stop it. You stay in here and you think about what you've done, mister. You think about what you've done.
What are you doing with that?
What was that? What is going on?
Wait, am I tripping or is the cart moving by itself?
The cart is being stolen. What? Okay, thank you, Kart-chan. What the just happened?
What was that, man? What?
I don't know.
Nah,
Just move the
that's
thing and then
weird.
move the cart.
Alright,
What is this drum?
Hey, where the f is the cart going? Get the f back here.
Hey, what does the drum do? What does this do?
No, you don't.
Yo, bro.
What?
What does
To
this do?
recharge the drone. If an item is empty, you can charge it, like the other drones or weaponry.
Oh, okay.
Thank you there.
So? So? Yeah.
Why the hell is this cart moving on its own? Telling it to stay and just runs off.
Next up, it's time to give the card the ability to talk. Now I wanted the card to mimic the player chat system in the sense that whenever it communicates, it would have a voice and text subtitles. For the voice, I initially considered using the game's built-in text-to-speech functionality, but I personally found it hard to understand when playing the game, so I instead went with using Google's text-to-speech library, the same library I used to voice Roberto in my last video. After that, I needed to implement the text subtitles effect. The game already has that system for the player chat, so all I needed to do was trigger it on the cart's location when it's talking, and that's it. The cart was now able to warn the players about the enemies.
Duck despawned.
I was about to say that.
You talking mad shit for a repurposed dumpster.
You look like the cart a homeless man would use if his main cart left him.
As a bonus, I also made it so that the cart will tell you how many items are in the area around you if you press X while grabbing it. You're also able to turn off the voice of a cart in case you have multiple of them and they talk over each other. And with that, the talking mode was done. Of course, as promised, I made this available on Thunderstore in the form of 2 separate mods. One for the self-movement and one for the talking. You'll find more details about how to use them in the Thunderstore page. The source code for the mods is also publicly available on GitHub. All links are in the description below. Finally, don't forget to like the video and join us on Discord, and of course, thank you for watching.